The cold darkness of space was thick and endless. Stars twinkled far away like tiny lights, but they gave no warmth. A large fleet of alien ships floated silently in this dark void. The ships were big, shining with strange colors and lights, but now they were still and quiet. Something was wrong. These ships were trapped. Commander Valar stood on the bridge of the lead ship. His face was tense, eyes scanning the glowing screens. The fleet was caught in a strange energy field. The field's power kept growing stronger every minute. It was pulling the ships closer, squeezing them in an invisible cage made of pure force. No one knew what this force was or how to escape. Valar's voice was calm but firm as he spoke to his officers. "We cannot stay here. Our engines are weakening. The energy field grows stronger every second. If we do not find a way out soon, we will be destroyed." A young officer, Sora, stepped forward. "Commander, we have tried all known methods to break free. Nothing works. The field resists every attempt." Her voice was filled with worry. The commander looked out of the large window. Beyond the ships, the space stretched empty and dark. No stars, no planets, just an endless black void. "Send a distress signal," Valar ordered. "We must call for help. Any civilization that receives this must respond." The signal was sent out. A call for help, a message from a trapped fleet in deep space in danger like never before. But who would answer? The aliens did not know that far away, in a different part of space, humans were watching. In the control room of the human fleet, Captain Jane Harris stared at her screen. The signal was faint but clear. An alien fleet was trapped and in danger. Jane felt a mix of fear and curiosity. "This is unlike anything we have seen," she told her team. "A whole fleet trapped in space. We have to decide, do we help or stay out of it?" Her second-in-command, Mark, shook his head. "It's risky. We don't know who sent this or why. Could be a trap." Jane's eyes were sharp. "If we don't try, they will be destroyed. We are explorers. Helping others is who we are. Prepare the rescue mission." Back on the alien fleet, days passed slowly. The energy field pulsed like a heartbeat. Food and air supplies were limited. The crew grew tired and scared. Some ships tried to test the edges of the field, but every attempt was stopped. Valar gathered his commanders. "We have to be ready for the worst. If help does not come, we may have to fight our way out." Suddenly, a new problem arose. Strange signals began to appear on their radars, fast-moving ships approaching. Unknown vessels. An officer shouted. Valar ordered the fleet to prepare for battle, but the new ships did not attack. Instead, they circled the fleet, watching silently. Valar's mind raced. Who are they? Enemies or watchers? The unknown ships soon disappeared into the darkness, leaving questions but no answers. On the human side, Jane's fleet moved closer to the dark void. The journey was dangerous. The energy field interfered with their navigation. Communication was difficult. Mark worried aloud. "What if this is a trap? We could lose ships." Jane smiled slightly. "We take risks because it matters. No one deserves to be left alone in the dark." The rescue mission continued, moving steadily toward the trapped fleet. Every minute counted. Back in the alien fleet, hope was faint but alive. The distress signal had been sent. Someone might come. Suddenly, sensors picked up a large group of ships approaching. The humans. Valar felt a mix of relief and caution. He ordered the fleet to signal peace. The humans responded, their ships shining bright in the dark void. A new chapter was about to begin, but danger still loomed in the shadows. The energy field was only the first problem. Something else waited, beyond the darkness and a threat no one had seen yet. The fate of both fleets hung in the balance. Would humanity's help be enough? Could they work together to escape the dark void? The story had only begun. The human ships moved closer and closer to the strange dark space where the alien fleet was trapped. Captain Jane Harris stood on the bridge of her ship, watching the stars fade behind them. Every minute felt heavy with tension. The rescue mission was no ordinary journey. This was a step into the unknown. Captain, sensors show the energy field is stronger than before, said Mark quietly. His eyes did not leave the screen. It is affecting our engines and systems. We must be very careful. Jane nodded. Keep the engine steady. No sudden moves. We can't risk getting caught like them. The crew worked quickly and quietly. Every man and woman knew how dangerous this mission was, yet none showed fear. They all hoped to save lives, even if those lives were not human. In the alien fleet, Commander Valar was watching the human ships approach. His heart beat faster than usual. They had sent many signals but never expected help from so far away. Prepare to communicate, he ordered. We must show we mean no harm. The humans answered back with a simple message: we come to help. The fleet held its breath. Slowly, the energy field started to pulse differently, as if noticing something new. Jane's ship moved carefully through the field's edge. The invisible force pushed and pulled, but her ship's shields held firm. Still, the energy made their journey difficult. Commander Harris, Mark said, we have to find a way to break this field, otherwise we can only watch but do nothing. Jane looked determined. We will find a way, we always do. The alien fleet's engineers shared their knowledge with the humans. Both sides began to work together. They sent messages and ideas, back and forth trying to understand the strange energy. Meanwhile, a quiet tension grew among the crews. They were from different worlds but faced the same fear. What if the rescue failed? One night, while the humans rested, strange signals appeared again on their radar. This time, the unknown ships came closer, moving slowly and without any clear sign. Jane ordered her team to stay calm. No sudden actions. We watch and wait. The unknown ships did not attack or speak. Instead, they hovered near the edge of the energy field, watching the rescue attempt silently. Some on the human fleet felt uneasy. Were these ships friendly, or were they waiting for the rescue to fail? Back in the alien fleet, Valar gathered his commanders again. These watchers are a mystery. They may help us or stop us. We must be ready. The crews of both fleets worked, side by side, sharing food and stories through messages. Slowly, trust grew. The aliens learned about human bravery and kindness. The humans learned about alien history and culture. Days passed. The energy field began to change. The combined efforts of humans and aliens created small cracks in its power. Hope grew brighter. But the strange watchers stayed near, silent and watchful. Their presence was a constant reminder that danger was not far. One evening, Jane received a message from her base. Captain, we have new data on the energy field. There may be a way to use a special pulse to break it from inside. Jane smiled. This could be the key. Prepare the team. The plan was risky. A small group would fly into the heart of the energy field to release the pulse. If it worked, the fleet would be free. The volunteers were ready. Fear mixed with courage in their hearts. As their ship moved into the glowing core of the field, time seemed to slow. The pulse was released. The energy around them trembled and then began to break apart like glass cracking. The trapped fleet started to move. Engines roared back to life. The dark void was no longer a prison. Cheers and relief spread through both fleets. But the watchers moved again. One of their ships sent a signal directly to the human fleet. The message was clear. This was only the beginning. Jane looked at the stars and said, "We saved them today, but the universe has more to show us." The story of rescue, hope, and new friendship was far from over. The newly freed alien fleet slowly began to move away from the dark space where they had been trapped for so long. The stars returned to their view, shining brightly as if welcoming the fleet back to freedom. But peace did not come easily. Captain Jane Harris stood at the bridge of her ship, watching the alien ships carefully. The strange watchers were still. Nearby, their silent ships drifting close to the edges of the fleet. The humans and aliens both felt a quiet tension. "We don't know who they are," Jane said softly, "and we don't know what they want." The alien commander, Valar, joined her on the bridge. His eyes were tired but hopeful. "These ships have been watching us since we were trapped," he said. "We believe they may be from a group that controls this part of space. They might be testing us." Jane nodded. "We must be ready, but we must also try to learn from them. Maybe they can be allies." The crews of both fleets worked hard to repair the damaged ships. Humans and aliens shared tools and ideas. The alien engineers taught the humans about their technology, while humans showed new ways to improve shields and engines. At night, messages flowed back and forth between the two fleets. Stories of homeworlds, families, and hopes for peace filled the screens. Despite differences, a friendship was growing. Suddenly, one evening, the sensors on Jane's ship picked up movement. "Captain, multiple ships approaching fast," said Mark, the second in command. "Unknown ships, but different from the Watchers." Jane frowned. "Prepare for contact. Stay calm and open to communication." The new ships moved closer, shining with bright lights, but showing no signs of aggression. Instead, they sent a message. "We come in peace." The humans and aliens breathed relief. Could these newcomers be friends or another test? Velar stepped forward to send a reply. "We welcome peaceful visitors. We have just escaped a great danger with help from humans." The new ships responded with interest. They spoke of a group called the Guardians of the Void, protectors of this part of space who tested all fleets entering the zone to keep peace. Jane smiled. "If they protect peace, maybe we can work with them." The Guardians invited both fleets to meet in a neutral zone, a place safe from the strange energy fields. The humans and aliens prepared for the meeting, nervous but hopeful. On the way to the meeting point, Jane and Velar talked about the future. "We have a chance to build something new," Velar said. "Not just for our fleets, but for all who travel this space." Jane nodded. "Together we are stronger." At the meeting place, the Guardians welcomed them warmly. They showed respect for the humans' courage and the aliens' resilience. The Guardians explained more about the dangers in the dark void and how they work to keep the peace. Jane asked, "What can we do to help?" The Guardians smiled. "Together, we can watch over this space, protect others from traps, and bring help when needed." The idea was exciting. Humans and aliens working together with the Guardians to keep space safe. But the Guardians warned, "The energy fields and traps are growing stronger. Something is causing this unrest. We must prepare." Jane looked at Velar and nodded. "We will stand ready." As the meeting ended, the human and alien crews felt hope for the first time in a long while. The dark void was no longer just a place of danger. It was becoming a place of new friends and new beginnings. But the universe was still full of mysteries. The Watchers and the new Guardians were only the start. Many more challenges awaited them. Jane turned to her crew. "This is just the beginning. We will face what comes together." The story of rescue had grown into a story of alliance, courage, and hope. The space around the newly formed alliance felt both hopeful and heavy. The humans, the freed alien fleet, and the Guardians had come together in a fragile bond. Captain Jane Harris stood on her ship's bridge, her eyes scanning, the endless darkness dotted with stars. Even though they had found a new path forward, the dangers hidden in the void had not disappeared. In fact, they seemed to be growing stronger. "Captain," Mark said quietly, his voice breaking the silence. "Our sensors are picking up strange energy surges near the edge of this sector. It's not like anything we've seen before." Jane's brow furrowed as she studied the data. Could it be connected to the energy field that trapped the alien fleet? Velar, standing beside her, nodded slowly. "It could be. These surges might be signals or warnings, something designed to keep others away." The Guardians' leader, a tall figure with calm eyes, joined them. "This is why we watch this region carefully. The forces that create the fields are not natural. They are controlled by unknown powers." Jane took a deep breath. "If they are trying to control this space, it means others might be in danger, too. We have to act before more fleets get trapped." The crews began preparing for a new mission. The plan was to explore the source of these strange energy surges. Humans and aliens worked side by side, repairing ships and sharing knowledge. The Guardians provided guidance and special equipment designed to detect hidden energy patterns. As the rescue mission had been dangerous, this new journey felt even more uncertain. But the alliance was stronger now, built on trust and a shared goal. Days later, their fleet moved toward the origin of the surges. The stars seemed to dim as they entered a region thick with shadows. The ship's lights pierced the darkness, but the feeling of something unseen watching them remained. Suddenly, the energy surged again, stronger than before. The ship's systems flickered, shields wavered, and the entire fleet felt the pressure of the invisible force pressing around them. "Hold steady," Jane commanded. "Stay together. We will find the source." Valar's voice came over the comms, calm but urgent. "I see something ahead, a large structure floating in space. It looks like a station, but unlike any we know." As they approached, the structure revealed itself, a massive network of strange cables and glowing orbs floating in the void. It seemed alive, pulsing with energy. The Guardians explained, "This is a control hub. It manages the energy fields. If we can disable it, we might stop the traps." Jane looked at her crew. "We need a small team to board the station and shut it down. It won't be easy, but it's our best chance." Volunteers stepped forward. Among them were human engineers and alien specialists, ready to work together. The boarding ship moved, closer to the station, docking carefully. Inside, the team found an eerie silence. The walls glowed faintly with the energy that powered the fields outside. The team moved cautiously, following the map the Guardians provided. The station was a maze of corridors and chambers filled with strange technology. Suddenly, sensors detected movement. Shadows flickered, but no one appeared. "Stay alert," the team leader whispered. "We don't know what's controlling this place." In the deepest chamber, they found a massive console pulsing with bright light. It was the heart of the station. Alien engineer Sora stepped forward, connecting her tools to the console. "I'm starting the override now." The lights flickered as energy surged through the station. The control hub fought back, trying to maintain power. Jane's voice crackled over comms. "Keep going, Sora. We're with you." Minutes passed like hours as the team worked. Finally, with a last surge, the energy in the station began to collapse. Outside, the fleet felt the pressure lift. The energy fields weakened and started to disappear. The rescue mission had grown into a mission to save many trapped fleets in the future. As the station shut down, the team returned to their ships, tired but victorious. Jane smiled as she looked at the stars returning to their normal shine. "This is only the beginning," she said. "Together we will bring light to the darkest places." The alliance of humans, aliens, and Guardians had faced the unknown and won. But the universe was vast and full of mysteries yet to be uncovered. The victory over the energy control station brought a moment of relief to the fleet. The once trapping energy fields now faded away, allowing free movement through the sector that had long been a prison for many ships. Yet even in this calm, a new feeling stirred among the crews, a feeling that the universe held deeper secrets, waiting to be found. Captain Jane Harris stood on the bridge, watching the stars flow past like silent witnesses. The freed alien fleet sailed alongside the humans, both united in a shared mission. The Guardians of the Void hovered nearby, ready to guide and protect. "Captain, we have a new signal," said Mark, pointing to the main screen. "It's faint but steady. Something different." Jane leaned closer. The signal was unlike any they had encountered before. It pulsed softly, carrying a pattern that seemed almost like a message. Valar stepped forward, his alien eyes wide with curiosity. "I have never seen this frequency. It feels ancient." Jane's heart quickened. Could it be a call for help or a warning? The decision was made quickly. A small team would investigate the source of the signal. Humans, aliens, and Guardians volunteered. Their goal, to uncover what lay behind this mysterious call. As the small ship left the fleet behind, the silence of space grew deeper. The stars twinkled coldly, and the vast emptiness seemed to swallow the ship whole. Hours passed. The signal grew stronger, guiding them toward a distant point near a forgotten asteroid field. Suddenly, the ship's sensors lit up. Before them floated a colossal structure, neither ship nor station, but something in between. Its surface was rough and worn, covered in strange symbols that glowed faintly. Jane and her team felt a chill. The structure seemed alive, humming with hidden power. "We must be careful," Jane said, her voice steady. This could be a relic from a lost civilization. Inside the ship, the team prepared to dock. The structure opened silently, inviting them in. As they entered, a soft light filled the halls. The air was thick with history. Walls held images and carvings that told stories of an ancient people who once ruled these stars. The team moved slowly, uncovering technology unlike anything they had ever seen. Devices that bent light, machines that seemed to think on their own. In the heart of the structure, they found a chamber with a large crystal, glowing with inner light. It pulsed in rhythm with the mysterious signal. Alien engineer Sora stepped first to her. "This crystal is a source of incredible energy. It might be powering the entire structure." Suddenly, the crystal brightened. A voice echoed softly in their minds, calm, ancient, and wise. "Travelers, you have come far. The balance of this sector depends on your choices." Jane exchanged looks with her team. This was no ordinary mission. They had found something, living, something that had waited for help. The voice continued. "Darkness grows beyond the void you know. To protect the stars, you must unite, not only as humans and aliens, but as keepers of peace." Jane nodded. "We will do what we must." "Tell us how we can help." The crystal pulsed again, sending visions into their minds. They saw fleets trapped in hidden fields, worlds threatened by shadows, and the endless need for guardians. When the message ended, the team felt a renewed sense of purpose. This discovery was a call to action, a mission far beyond rescue. Back on their ship, Jane contacted the fleet. "We found an ancient guardian. It has shown us the dangers ahead and the need for unity." Villar smiled. "Our path is clear. We will work together to protect the stars and bring light to the darkness." As the fleet moved forward, they knew challenges awaited. But their bond was stronger than ever. Together, humans, aliens, and guardians would face the mysteries of space, guided by the wisdom of the past and the hope of the future. The fleet moved slowly through the vastness of space, the stars stretching endlessly in every direction. Captain Jane Harris stood on the bridge, feeling the weight of responsibility settle over her like a quiet cloak. The ancient guardian's message echoed in her mind, a call to protect, to unite, and to face the unknown together. This was no longer just a rescue mission. It was a mission to bring hope to the darkest corners of the galaxy. "Captain," Mark said softly, "our communications show activity ahead. Something different." Jane nodded, her eyes fixed on the view screen. Ahead, a cluster of ships appeared, not like any they had seen before. Their designs were unfamiliar, smooth and bright, glowing with soft light. They moved calmly, yet purposefully. Baylor stepped beside Jane, his gaze sharp. "These ships carry a message. They are the Keepers." The Keepers were legendary, ancient protectors who watched over the peace of the galaxy. Few had seen them, and even fewer had met them. The fleet moved closer. The Keepers' leader sent a message. "We come with an offer of alliance. The darkness grows, but together, we are strong." Jane felt hope swell inside her. The path ahead was dangerous, but with allies like the Keepers, there was a chance for peace. Meetings were held between humans, aliens, guardians, and Keepers. They shared knowledge and stories, weaving a tapestry of unity. But even as they celebrated, the stars whispered of challenges to come. One night, as Jane watched the galaxy spin outside, a warning came through the comms. "Captain," Mark said, "energy readings are spiking. Something large is moving. the fleet prepared for what lay ahead, ready to face the mysteries and dangers that awaited. Together, they would shine a light in the dark void, a beacon of hope for all.